Hello and welcome to today's math lesson. So first of all guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera. Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our laps and close our eyes. And when you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. Excellent. And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we can begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then let's go down low. Touch our toes. Back up high one more time. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave side to side. And then back down to touch our toes once more. And stand up straight, guys, and shake it out. Arms and legs, shake it out. And then hands on hips. And we can have a wiggle side to side. Wiggle side to side. Stop. And then another wiggle side to side. Stop. Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, and stop. And then we can go round and round. Give our spines a nice stretch, round and round. And stop. And then we can go back the other way. Round and round the other way. Round and round. And stop. And to finish, we can do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So welcome to today's math lesson. But who can remember what we were learning about in the previous math lesson? Measuring angles. Excellent, Preo. That's correct. We learned how, or we began to learn how to measure angles. So let's write that title on the board first. Measuring M-E-A-S-U-R-I-N-G. Measuring. And measuring means finding out the size of something, how big it is or how small it is. And we've been looking at angles. N-G-L-E-S. So all together, guys, measuring angles. Yes. And we learned about a specific type of tool that we can use to measure angles. Can anybody remember what that was called? The tool beginning with protractor. Yes, we learned about an item or tool called a protractor, which is what we use to measure and create our own angles. And a protractor looks something like this. It'll have a straight edge at the bottom, and then it will be curved. It will be in the size of a semicircle. And protractor is spelled P-R-O-T-R-A-C. T-O-R. So all together, guys, protractor. Yes. And remember, all protractors always start with 0 degrees here. And the symbol for degrees is a small circle like that. Now, who can remember, what do we call an angle that goes straight along and then straight up to 90 degrees? Right angle. And how many degrees for a right angle? 90 degrees. Excellent. Well remembered, guys. But how about two right angles placed together? 180 degrees. And can anybody remember the name? Straight angle. Excellent, Latgown. So most protractors will look like this. They begin at 0 degrees, go to the right angle 90 degrees, and then along to a straight angle of 180 degrees. And what we have in between is we have intervals of 10 degrees. 30 degrees, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 degrees. So there we go. Is that obtuse or acute, less than 90 degrees? Acute. You see, all of these angles will be acute. Then when we get past 90 degrees, they're not acute, they are obtuse. So we'll have 100 degrees, 20, 170. There you go. That's only an estimate. I've had to do them quite small because I have to fit it all in. But you can see every 10 degrees is a mark. And this will help us to measure and then to create our own angles. And what we're going to do now, as a recap of the previous lesson, is I'm going to give some of my students a marker pen. Then we will give the student a number of degrees. And we want our students to create the angle using the protractor to measure their own angles. So let's see, who can go first today? Frau, come and join me at the front of class, please. So Frau gets first chance today to create her own angle. But first of all, guys, we need an amount of angles. Between 0 and 180 degrees, what angle shall Frau draw? 180. Can we have one less than? A little bit less, doesn't have to be much less. 80 degrees, okay. Frau, can we have an angle of 80 degrees? So you can see we start here and bring our line across, and then it goes up looking for 80 degrees. Now, would that be about right? Yes. Okay, so now Frau can do the vertex and the amount of degrees involved. 80. Excellent. You see, Frau has correctly demonstrated an angle of 80 degrees and labelled it using the degree symbol also. Frau, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Frau, please, guys. Now, it's time for our next student to demonstrate a bigger angle. So now, I would like to ask Pangpon to come and join me at the front of class. Now, Pangpon, I would like you to draw me an angle of 120 degrees. How does that look, guys? Looks like an angle of 120 degrees to me. Excellent, Bang Pon. So now you can label 120 and the degree symbol. That's brilliant. So you can see Bang Pon has used a protractor to measure and create an angle of 120 degrees. Bang Pon, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Bang Pon, please, guys. Let's do one more, but before we move on to measure some more types of angles. So let's see. Pak Bung, come and join me at the front of class. So far, we've got an angle of 80 degrees, an angle of 120 degrees. Now, I would like Pak Bung to draw an angle of 170 degrees. 170, please, Pak Bung. So a very big angle. What do we think, guys? 170 degrees? Looks good to me. So now, Pak Bung can label her angle of 170 degrees. 170 degrees. That's brilliant. You see how the angles have got bigger each time. We started with 80 degrees here, then we moved on to 120 degrees, bigger, and then finally 170 degrees, all the way round to there. Pak Bung, that was brilliant. High five, and a big round of applause for Pak Bung, please, guys. So that was a recap of the previous lesson when we learned how to measure and draw acute, right, and obtuse angles. We're continuing to look at measuring angles, but today we're looking at larger ones, the ones that are over 180 degrees. So let's turn to have a look at the PowerPoint presentation on the television screen, please, guys, because now we've got a PowerPoint for our students to observe, listen to, and also practice speaking. So let's turn to have a look at the TV screen. So let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation, Measuring Angles, Lesson 2. Yes, what we're looking at today are the larger angles. We've learned about the top row already: acute angle, right angle, and obtuse angle. But today, let's learn how to measure the other angles. The instrument used to measure the size of angles is known as a protractor. Yes, you can see here, this is known as a protractor. And like we did on the boards exercise earlier, you can see how it goes from 0 to 180 degrees. But on a true protractor, it will go both ways. You can see the inside starts at 0 here. And then in blue, goes all the way to 180 for people who are right-handed. But if you're left-handed, you'll want to use this side, 0 here, going to 180 that way. So depending on what hand you use, you can use the protractor both ways. Angles are measured in a unit called degrees. Yes, the symbol, small circle, represents degrees. Yes. You can see here, all of these little marks on a protractor represent 1 degree. When you get to 5 degrees, you get a longer line. And then every 10 degrees is marked like 10, 20, 30. For example, 60 degrees is written as 60 degree symbol. Yes, save us having to write degrees all the time, we just have 60 degrees. A straight angle is always exactly 180 degrees. Okay, so a straight angle is always a straight line. It's two right angles next to one another and appears with a straight line, which is why it's called straight angle. Straight angles are created when two right angles are combined together. Yes, because as we know already, a right angle is 90 degrees. So what's 90 plus 90? 180. So that gives you a straight angle. Now, the more difficult ones. A reflex angle is any angle between 181 degrees but less than 359 degrees. So you can see how the reflex angle can go all the way around. It'll go past 180 degrees because a reflex angle must be at least here, 181. But the reflex angle can carry on to go all the way around to here. Reflex angles can be different sizes, but always between 181 to 359 degrees. Like you can see in the picture here, we've got various types of reflex angles. The purple one, how big is the purple reflex angle? 255 degrees. And Pat, how big is the orange reflex angle? Degrees. You see, every time you can change size, but they're always reflex angles. How about the yellow one? Degrees. Yes. Always more than 180, but always less than 360. A full rotation angle is always exactly 360 degrees. What shape can we see? Circle. A complete angle or a full rotation angle is always a complete circle because it goes all the way around. Now, how many right angles can you see in the picture? If a right angle is 90 degrees, how many right angles in a full rotation? If one right angle is 90 degrees, how many right angles? 4. Excellent. You see, we've got 4 right angles. We'd have one here, 90 degrees. Then 2, a straight angle, 180 degrees. A third right angle, 270 degrees. And a fourth right angle, 360 degrees. So a complete circle is a full rotation. Full rotation are also known as complete angles for right angles. You see, imagine our protractor from before. Our protractor starts at 0, then goes up to 90, one right angle, then across to a straight angle, 180 degrees, or 2 right angles. Now, if we carry on with our protractor going all the way round, we'll reach 270 degrees, 3 right angles. And then one more for the complete circle, 360 degrees is equivalent to 4 right angles. Any questions, guys? Okay, that was excellent. Well done. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed today's PowerPoint presentation, where we continue to learn how to measure angles. And today, we're looking at the larger types of angles. From 180 degrees, a straight angle, a straight line, all the way round to 360 degrees, which is a complete circle or a full rotation. And coming up, we've got a board exercise for our students to demonstrate their understanding. But first of all, guys, time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we can begin by doing some rotations. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Excellent, guys. Now, let's do some stretches. 5 stretches to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 5 stretches to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good, guys. Now let's have a shake. Arms and legs, shake it out. And then we can take our right hand and find our left foot. And then left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Excellent, guys. And to finish this time, we will do 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So now it's time for our board exercise for our students to demonstrate how to measure and create their own larger angles. So what we need to do now is we need to make our protractor bigger. We're going to turn our protractor from 180 degrees all the way round into a complete circle to 360 degrees. So it will look something like this. Now, who can tell me, if we split our protractor into 4 right angles, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, what will our third right angle be? How many? 300, not 60. What's 180 plus 90? 270 degrees. And then our fourth and final right angle, a complete circle, 360 degrees. So let me demonstrate. What I won't do, students understand now that going all the way round, we go in tens. So 190, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 290, 300, 310, 20, 30, 40, 50. So somebody give me an angle to draw that's larger than 180 degrees. 310. Okay, so here's here's 270, 280, 290, 300, 310 degrees. But what we do, we always start at 0. So this time, our angle will go like this, and then come back round like this. You see how large our angle is. It goes all the way round. 310 degrees. Now, can anybody remember what type of angle? larger than 180, less than 360. Reflex angle. R-E-F-L-E-X. An angle of 180 degrees, straight angle. An angle of a complete circle is a full rotation. Any angle that goes from here all the way round to here, between 181 to 359 degrees, reflex angle. And that's what I'm going to have my students practice doing now. So let's see who can be the first student to take part in this activity. Nadia, come and join me at the front of class, please. So first of all, we'll give Nadia the marker pen. Now, guys, who can give Nadia an angle between 181 and 359 degrees? 270. Okay, so Nadia, you've got 270 marked out already. Can you start an angle at 0 and then bring it down to 270? Okay, and now remember your vertex will go all the way round. That's perfect, Nadia. 2, 7, 0, and a degree symbol. That's perfect. Extra question. How many right angles is Nadia's angle of 270? 3. Excellent, Prau. 90, then another 90, 180, and another 90, 270. So we can say, Nadia, 270 degrees reflex angle. And that was brilliantly drawn. Well done. High five. Big round of applause for Nadia, guys. So teachers, you can see the activity we're doing in our classroom now. You can pause the video and do the same activity with your own students. And remember, choose a different student and a different angle every time. And we're going to carry on playing here now. So I would like to invite Pat. Come and join me at the front of class, please. It's time for Pat to measure and create an angle. So, okay, we've got 310 degrees, 270 degrees. What's Pat's angle going to be, guys? 200. Okay, let's have 200 degrees. So we've got 180 here, 190. This is 200 degrees here. So Pat, can you draw an angle that goes from 0 to 200 degrees? Start at 0, straight, and then goes along. How does that look, guys? Looks okay to me. Starts at 0 degrees and goes all the way round to about 200 degrees. So now, Pat, can you draw your vertex? And then label the amount of degrees, 200, and then a little degree symbol. That's perfect. So you see, 200 degrees is a reflex angle. Yes, all of these angles are reflex angles because they come in this category here. Pat, that was excellent. High five. Big round of applause for Pat, please, guys. And now I would like to invite Dan to join me at the front of class, please. Let me see. Okay, Dan, you can use this space here, please. And I would like you to draw 350 degrees. So down has to draw almost a complete circle. The angle will start at 0 and then come to here. Excellent, down. And then the vertex goes all the way around. You can see how big the vertex is in Down's angle. How many degrees now? 350 degrees. You see, it's almost a complete circle. You see the vertex? Only a little bit is missing, and that's the 10 degrees between 350 and 360. So we can say 350 degrees is a reflex angle. Down, very well done. High five, big round of applause for down, please, guys. And let's do one more before we move on to the worksheet activity. So Chew, can you come and join me at the front of class, please? So now Chew is going to demonstrate how to measure and create an angle. But how many degrees shall Chew do, guys? 280 degrees. So Chew, we need an angle that starts here and then goes down to find 280. So a straight line for 0, perfect. And then come inside. What we need is just a little bit more. That's 270. So bring it inside just a little bit more. Okay, that looks better. Very good. How does that look, guys? Okay. And now, Chew, you can draw your vertex coming all the way around. Perfect. You can see how the vertex gets bigger the larger the angle gets. And then you can write, Chew, 280 and the degree symbol. Perfect. So 280 degrees reflex angle. Chew, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Chew, please, guys. And now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. So teachers, make sure every student in your classroom gets their own worksheet. And similar to the previous lesson, we've got a protractor, and what we want our students to do is show their understanding by drawing and measuring the angles that are listed on the worksheet. But this time, guys, some of the angles will go larger than the protractor. So you will have to measure your own from 181 to 359 degrees, okay? So if you need to, you can refer to the protractor here for the angles that are larger than 180 degrees. But what's the first thing to do? Write our names on top and give our students around 12 minutes for this activity and help them with anything they need. So Net, this one's for you. Pak Bung for you. You're welcome. Nadia for you. You're welcome. Chew for you. You're welcome. Down, here's yours. You're welcome. Prau for you. You're welcome. Lakau for you. And Bangpon for you. You're welcome. So guys, names on top first, and then today we've got a range of angles. Very little ones, acute angles, going all the way up to full rotations. So use your understanding to design and create your own angles. So for example, Chew, the first one, 17 degrees, will start at 0, and then 17 is about here. So the first angle will only be a little one, like that. 17 degrees, but then they get bigger. So you have to find 145 would be about here. Yeah. Remember, on the smaller ones, the vertex is on the inside. 17 degrees will be here, only small. The vertex is on the inside for the acutes. The vertex only gets larger on the reflex angles. So remember, guys, acute angles, the vertex is on the inside. Okay, 17, perfect. And remember, your small circle for your degrees. So a small circle says degrees. So use the protractor on your worksheets, and for the larger angles, use the protractor on the board so that we can show the larger angles. Well done, Lakau. Okay, so 180 degrees, perfect down, you see? It's just a completely straight angle. So what you can do, your vertex, like that, and then just 180. A straight angle Number 3, 180 degrees is a straight angle. Excellent, Pakbong, yes. So number 4, 200 degrees. 180 is here, so 200 will be, you can see the protractor we use on the board. We've done 200, so 0 starts here, and then we need to move larger than a straight angle to about 200 degrees. And this time, your vertex is the larger part because it's over 180. Yes, that's it, and your vertex is the larger part. And 270 degrees, like Nadia had drawn earlier, 270 is along and down, 3 right angles. Perfect. But apart from 360 degrees is a complete circle. So 360 degrees will look like this. All the way around. 360 degrees is a full rotation for right angles. Excellent, Dan. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet exercise where they had to demonstrate their understanding of the previous few lessons by measuring and creating their own angles based upon the sizes given in the spaces. And remember, for any angles over 180 degrees, a reflex angle, we will need to use the second protractor that goes from 181 to 360 degrees. And my students here all did a brilliant job, so that was excellent, guys. Well done. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. So now we hope you understand more about how to measure and create your own angles using the tools known as a protractor. And we'll see you again soon for the next lesson. So can we turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Bye-bye. See you again soon.